streaming with audio or video, and
Or
this
video.
was Tosco's muted. Sounds like we're on stream right now.
Okay, no, you can hear it now on Facebook. You can hear it on Facebook.
All right, good. There we go. For anyone that couldn't hear, let me welcome you to the show. Everyone's.
I'm Adrian, the Red Raider, the professional hater.
And apparently he's a Red Raider.
Test 1, 2, 3. All right, cool.
Facebook is
All right, that was my bad. Guys. All right, well, at least we have our loyal people still listen to us and shit. All right, guys. So thank you. First of all,
They're
viewers.
probably like, yo, my shit isn't working.
Go. Put the song. Put the song up in real quick.
For what? Just keep on going.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Pick 20. It was your pick. 20.
All right, so that was my pick 20. So who is pick 21?
It is me.
Fucking Art's like, yo.
Pick number 21. And then so we got
Number 21 goes to Coach Tosco.
Coach Tosco. All right, go ahead, Evan. Introduce that.
Geez, guys, I actually don't have the list in front of me as far as the team goes. So, Coach Tosco.
It is.
The team that you have.
I'm drafting for the Indianapolis Colts at pick 21. And at pick 21, I'm going to go ahead and take Elijah Moore, Ole Miss, wide receiver.
Ooh, okay.
Not a flashy pick. Not a flashy pick. And this is a bit of a reach. It really is.
I was like, that's a little bit.
It is, but Elijah Moore is similar to Kadarius Toney. And the only reason why I didn't take Kadarius Toney is just because I feel that Kadarius Toney probably won't be there at this point. I think there's teams that are going to go ahead and take him by this point. No, okay. But Elijah Moore, he had some, this past year had, I think, 3 or 4 200-yard games with Ole Miss. He had countless 100-yard games. He's only 5'9". He's short. He's a short receiver, but he's one of those receivers that can have that big impact, that explosive play that the Colts don't have. They haven't had. T.Y. Hilton used to be that guy. T.Y. Hilton is older now. He's not that receiver anymore. He's still good, but he's changed his game.
He's a percentage receiver now.
Yeah. And I think that Elijah Moore will bring in and have that spark. They still have Michael Pittman on the other side. I think Elijah Moore is somebody that Tyreek Hill, the Marcus Robinson-esque player, where you can put him in, have him on reverses, have him on screens, have him on returning the ball, whatever it is. And I think that, he can do that. He will be able, he's going to have to in the NFL. So, I mean, he's I think he would be a good pick. It's a bit of a reach, I know, but I think at this point in the draft, I think that Kadarius Toney would be gone. I would say I honestly had Tevin Jenkins here, offensive line for the Colts to shore up that offensive line, but he was taken. So, Elijah Moore would be. I think it's a pick.
Nice.
The Indianapolis Colts.
I think it's a good pick. Just I don't think Kadarius Toney is going to be gone by this point.
You don't think somebody's going to get him? I think somebody might even trade up to go get him.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe because you got to remember, Kadarius Toney is the kind of receiver that similar, very similar to Elijah Moore, right?
Right.
He's a little bit taller, right? He's, I think, maybe more explosive, but I also think he's a little bit weaker, a little bit. I don't know how to say it. Like I feel like Kadarius Toney won't. I guess not. He won't go for those extra yards. I don't know what it is. I've seen some of his plays, and what I've seen, I saw some of the Florida games, that he gets the ball, he outruns everybody. But if he's in a tough situation, it's 3rd and 2, he needs to get those 2 yards.
Safe.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go in there and take the hits. I saw Elijah Moore, and yeah, even though you're going to see Elijah Moore's highlights, you're going to see the bombs, you're going to see him taking it all the way, you're going to see those big plays. But those little routes where he caught it, took it, boom, put his head down, I think Elijah Moore does that a little bit more than Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney is more of a, give it to him in open space, see what he does. But if he can't find it, he's going to protect himself because he knows he's a smaller receiver. He can't really take the hits. I know he's a little bit taller than Elijah Moore, but, I just think Kadarius Toney, in that aspect, and more explosive, can versatile. I think he's better, and I think that a lot of teams need these receivers. You see the Chiefs with Tyreek Hill, and everybody wants somebody like that. Why weren't they the ones to draft Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill was a 5th-round pick, I think, 4th-round pick. Why? Where was the scouting there for that guy? So, I still think,
too many doubts they had on him, that he was just speed, didn't have the size, he wasn't going to be able to take the punishment.
And now you see it a lot.
And now he's the cheetah.
Smaller. And you see him a lot more with these teams with the little receiver. We said Chicago, Anthony Miller, Taylor Gabriel for the longest time. Not maybe the tallest, 6'2".
Danny Amendola,
Julian
Take it
Edelman.
back, man. Percy Harvin.
Exactly.
Percy Harvin. Holy shit!
And that's what Kadarius Toney is. Kadarius Toney went to Florida. It's another Percy Harvin situation. So, I just think that Kadarius Toney has that potential. Elijah Moore is still a little bit more of a work in progress. Remember, Kadarius Toney is a senior. He played all 4 years in Florida. He participated all 4 years, he came out strong at the end, yes. But I think that Kadarius Toney has all the intangibles and is more ready, NFL ready than Elijah Moore. But once Elijah Moore is ready, he can those explosive plays that the Colts need. Similar to the Colts, just focusing on the Colts. The Colts need players like that. They don't have that right now. They don't have that explosiveness, those big plays. They haven't had that in a while.
Yeah, that's yeah, and I think he'll definitely be a big help there, especially in that division where, no offense, is just a little weak, So definitely have a chance to, kind of win it. All right, cool. So for the 22nd pick,
Oh my
I
God.
do have. Who do you have?
The second pick goes to Mr. Seabass, picking for the Tennessee Titans.
Ugh.
I know, man. When I got told I was going to do 22 pick, I'm like, man, they're going to trade first for 7th. That's it. Straight up. But no, I got to be fair. If I'm going to go ahead and be picking for my nemesis, because I'm really not a Titans fan, being honest, guys, I'll be fair to them. I'll be really, really fair to them. With the 22nd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans are drafting cornerback out of Northwestern, Greg Newsome II. Mainly because apparently there was a run at cornerbacks already. In the first 16, Caleb Farley everybody was gone, but also because I watched their games. Yes, they had a very good offense. They had a 2,000-yard rusher. They have very, very good defense. But the only thing that really bit the Titans in the ass every single time was that a lot of teams could outscore them. Yeah, a lot of teams could outscore them. They could keep up or outscore them. It wasn't that the Titans couldn't score points. It was just that their defense couldn't stop the attack. They have decent linebackers, really good D-line. They just lost. Well, they didn't have a great secondary, but they literally just lost 2 other starters, in Malcolm Butler and Kenny Vaccaro. I'm personally a big Malcolm Butler fan. I think he's underrated. I think Kenny Vaccaro was doing a decent job, but regardless, their one maybe weakness due to a lot of salary cap issues. They wanted to free up a lot of cap room. They had to let go of both of them. So now they're rolling with Amari Hooker. They're rolling with, I forgot the other safety. I think it's Kevin Bard. Um, Regardless, they need some help in that secondary. The Titans, I do think they are the top team in the AFC South. I do think they can be in the playoffs again next year. And I think if Derek Henry, that offense stays healthy, they have a shot. But getting somebody like Greg Newsome in there, who he might not be the fastest, the tallest, the strongest, but he's very, very, very well fit as a corner. He is 6 foot tall. He's very long. He's very long limbed, pretty much. He has I think 32-inch arms. He's very, very aggressive. So something I liked, I did see a lot of his highlights that pretty much read a lot on him, and he does have a very physical presence. He might not get you 5-10 interceptions. He might not be able to keep up with the fastest receivers. He won't cover the cheetah one-on-one, but he'll be a very good starting cornerback that you can put on just about any receiver. So he can be physical, he can be in their face, and he can be batting balls down. That's something that he did excellent for Northwestern. So if he can come in, help Tennessee out, he probably will be a starter either at the nickel position or maybe starting on the outside. I do think that he will come in and help them keep that defense going strong. He'll have some veterans around them like Amari Hooker. But yeah, I definitely think that if they do go at corner, on the corner position, they do get Greg Newsome, that defense will get better. And that the weakness that they have now that they let go both Butler and Kenny Vaccaro might not sting so much. But yeah, that'll be the pick for 22.
Why did they let go of Butler? Was he just too expensive?
Hell yeah. I think they saved like more than 8 or 10 million this year by letting him go.
Yeah.
And
I
so not only did they lose, they also lost to Dory Jackson, which is the other
corner. I mean, not as famous, not as a Dory.
He went as a free agent. He signed with the Giants. So no, it's a perfect pick. Cornerback is exactly what they need. Anything on the defensive side, obviously Greg Newsome was the pick in our draft, but it could have been any other corner. Anybody that falls, and that's who they're gonna go for. So that's a good pick.
Nice. All right. So with the number 23, the pick. Who is it? Mr. Adrian.
New York Giants.
Do it.
The New York Giants. All right.
New York Giants.
I'm sorry.
Not the New York Giants.
Yeah.
That's the other ones, the ones in
The New York Jets.
New Jets.
I'm like going along. I was like, what? No, the Jets. The Jets. All
I
right.
was from New York. So.
well, shit, everyone's taken. I mean, dude,
22 players are taking.
All right. I
Everybody.
was like, give me some give me some draft pick music.
Fuck. So the Jets need a corner. The Jets need a running back. The Jets need offensive line. They need defense.
Maybe a receiver.
They did get a coach. They got a coach.
Elijah Vera Tucker. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
He's
he's
gone.
already gone.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, I think they get what's his name? Oh my god, Samuel Cosme.
Okay.
What school did he go to?
UT.
Yes,
Long Holmes.
not Tennessee, Texas, right?
Yeah.
No.
There's two of them.
Texas, not Tennessee.
There's two of
Oh,
them.
you mean that orange T team?
So I think the so I don't really know what the Jets are gonna do here, and I only said Samuel Cosme because he's the only offensive lineman that I see. I think that they're just gonna do like the combo pair here. They're gonna go quarterback, getting Zach Wilson. Then I mean it's not a bad idea to just get an offensive lineman in the first round. If we're going this draft here as it's going, since there's no more cornerbacks that I feel are worth it over an offensive lineman, maybe. Okay, let's go ahead. Who?
There's one more. I think there's one more corner that could be late first worthy.
Samuel?
Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him or it was Eric Stokes probably, but yeah.
Asante Samuel Jr. is another one that could have potential
but
to
see,
be taken at the end.
But see, like my general strat here, if I was like a Jets GM, it would be, do I get a cornerback? It's not the one that I wanted, like in Caleb Farley or Newsome, or do I go offensive line quarterback combo and just get the best offensive line now?
Don't get me wrong. That's not a bad pick taking Cosme. I mean, he's also one of those late first round, early second round, mid second round guys that could be drafted. Yeah. And being that it's their second pick, I think that it's not a bad idea. I mean, there's some other guys here in the late that you can also look at. Alex Leatherwood.
I want him, honestly, but at 25.
Dickerson, and you have Creed Humphrey, and Landon Dickerson. There's a couple other guys that could go back and forth. And, you can debate, our late first, second round picks, whatever it may be. But Cosme is in that discussion. It's not a bad pick. I agree with you. I mean, they do need offensive line. I think their defense is not as in bad shape as people think. They do have Avery Williamson, have Marcus May. They have some decent pieces there. So I think offensive line would be a good pick here.
All right. So what did you choose, Adrian?
Samuel Cosme out of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
He's a vol. I think they call them vols for, I think, volunteers.
Yes, volunteers. Yes. All right.
I mean, I was gonna say maybe they should get that guy.
What's your guy? All right, give me pick music. Give me draft.
I was gonna say the guy from Georgia, the defensive end.
Oh shit.
Ojulari. Is that his name? Ojulari? That would have been pretty good.
Aziz Ojulari?
No, the little ring.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I was like, we haven't heard it, and it's like we need like one for like. I don't know about all that craziness, but
Aziz Ojulari, aka Von Miller.
All right, so all right, guys. So continuing on to number 24. Go ahead and introduce that.
Number 24 pick in the draft goes to Danny, and that is he is picking for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This one's fucking easy.
That's Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm gonna go with running back. Was it Najee Harris?
Yes.
So obviously they need a running game, bro. They're like what 30 fails.
They don't have anybody.
They literally are like the worst of the worst of the worst.
Benny Snell.
I mean, unless they want to go fucking do like that movie in Philadelphia where they're like,
no wait, those guys said it. I mean,
The Philadelphia.
wait, who do they have?
Benny Snell.
Benny Snell.
Oh my god, dude. That's the guy for the Falcons?
No, that's some
That's
other
from the
Snell.
Jets. You're from the Jets.
This is Benny Snell. He was drafted like 2 years ago. He was a second, third round pick.
No,
okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Najee Harris.
I was like,
so it's just a need for the Steelers. And he, I think, will just fit nicely. He is obviously going to start. He might be a back for a future franchise back. But I think it's just a nice fit, natural fit. They need a running back, and he runs as hard as any running back in this draft. It's just
gonna bust like any other 33, but whatever.
Yeah. So, but all right, guys. So, what do you think?
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's.
I like
obvious.
the pick. It's
There's
a
no
very
Bell,
obvious
there's
pick.
no
Yeah.
Connor. There might not be a quarterback soon. They need to establish a running game, and Najee Harris can get on.
But I don't know. You think that scares people, Dusko? Like they're like, man, all these Bama backs have just been fucking busts. Like, should we just go Travis Etienne? Etienne? Yeah.
Etienne.
And actually, it's this conversation goes with my next pick because I'm next from Seabass's Jaguars, and it relates to what I'm gonna say then, because Najee Harris. Well, look, Danny is right. They do need a running back, right? It is a need, 100%. But the thing is, they don't have offensive linemen so that they can run the ball. They just lost another tackle, Marcus Gilbert, today. He retired.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they lost another one. So that's Gilbert, that's Pouncey,
So riddle me this before you finish the statement.
Okay.
Give it to me raw. Give me the skinny.
Oh.
Give me the squirt.
It's not
So,
gonna become a thing.
Actually, now that Marcus Gilbert has retired, I think that a lot of these mock drafts that have come out, in the last week or so before this happened, do you think that this changes anything in terms of like where people are picked now? Like maybe people go offensive line earlier because they're like, shit, well, the Steelers are going to pick this motherfucker or something like that. Or now the Steelers actually need line and stuff. I don't know. You think that,
I think every year there's been a need, and everybody knows you get big man first. So
you gotta. No, well, I mean, I think both of you have a good point there, or bring up good points. This again, the way I would think about it is, okay, if I think from what I don't know, I've read and I've heard, different people on TV and radio, like we all do, right? Mm-hmm. To where at the end of the year, the team sits with their players, right? They sit with all their players and they kind of do like an exit interview for the year, right? An evaluation type thing. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the year, Marcus Gilbert went up to Pittsburgh and was like, hey, I'm thinking about retiring, right? Let's not make it public. I don't know if I am, but I'm just letting you know just in case to get prepared. Yeah. So, that's common courtesy. I'm pretty sure he did that. Sure. So I think the Steelers already were going into the draft thinking, okay, we lost Pouncey, we're losing Gilbert. Mm-hmm. What else can we do, right? What do we need, right? And so I think that offensive line is huge. Now, brings up a good point Adrian said. Knowing that teams like the Steelers need an offensive lineman because they lost two guys to retirement and they let go of Villanueva, their starting left tackle, now what's going to happen to them when they're in the 24th pick and the top offensive lineman already gone? Do they trade up? What can they do? Do they hope one of them falls? Do they stay in their spot? What happens to the teams after them that also want a top lineman? Do they reach or do they try and move up? And I think that just depends on what kind of franchise it is, because I think that if you were in the situation for like, and of course, we're looking at the teams at the bottom. If let's say you're the Buffalo Bills, right? You're the Baltimore Ravens, you need a lineman, I would trade up. Why? Because I'm close to being in contention for a Super Bowl, right? I'm close to being there. So I would trade up, even if it's 5-6 picks, to get that lineman that I need this year so that I can compete, right? But if I'm, no fancy bets, but if I'm the Jaguars at 25 because they got somebody's pick, I would rather, you know what? I'm not going to trade up and try and get one of the best guys. I'll take one of the lower, first-round guys, the second-round guy, and develop him. And hopefully he turns into something good, right?
Or you could just trade him.
And whatever you get in that trade, it could be used as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, or you can just trade him later, as value.
Yeah, exactly. So my point being is, I think it depends where your franchise is, Adrian, in the sense of, are you a franchise that's heading up, that you're in contention, that you're up there at the top of the conference, or are you a team that's in the middle, or are you a team at the bottom? because you have to make choices.
But do teams ever
And I
think
think-
that they're not in the run?
Yes,
absolutely.
dude. Yes,
have to.
they have to.
They
Yeah.
cannot.
Okay.
A team,
Except
a team,
the
a team
Cowboys.
like the no,
Including the
team
Cowboys.
like the
Look at how they
Cowboys,
manage their players.
the team like the Cowboys cannot go into the year thinking, "Hey, we're Super Bowl ready," because that's a lie, right? They know it's a lie. They can't go in. Do we have a goal, a long-term goal of winning the
Win the
Super Bowl?
division.
Sure.
Win the
But you can have
division.
short-term goals
But
too that you want to meet.
it's-
Yeah, win the division.
Yeah, but there's goals.
then win the-
Exactly.
And it's not going defeated
have a
one by
winning
20.
record. What?
And I said, and those small goals are not ridiculous, like going defeated and win by 20. They're realistic.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
not. They
yeah, no,
can't
yeah.
be. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
If you're an NFL
Unless you're the
team
Chiefs,
going,
maybe.
no,
maybe.
if you're an NFL team going into the season thinking, oh, we're gonna go 16-0, you're already set up for failure because that's not a goal that's obtainable because nobody's ever done it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's only one team that did it and didn't even win the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter. So
Okay. So
the point being is that a team has to go in with real expectations of themselves
Right.
and say, okay, we're the Steelers.
that's
right
what I'm
now.
saying.
We have some decent players.
Yeah.
We have good defensive players.
Yeah.
We have some good offensive players. But at the end of the day, when we're in the playoffs, we
You
couldn't
don't think
put it
so?
we lost our starting running back. We lost 3 offensive line starters, right? We lost some guys in defense, right? We lost a couple. So did we get better in the offseason? Did we sign free agents? No, we couldn't. Why? Because we had no money.
Yeah.
So even though you say, oh, they got Juju. Well, yeah, but Juju was already there last year. So it's not like they got a free agent. They got the same guy. So
They extend them.
did they what?
They
Yeah, they
extend
did.
them.
Yeah.
They gave him a new contract.
Ah.
But the thing is that
1 year, 80 million.
yeah, well,
Yes.
might as well be with their cap situation. But that's my point though, is you cannot go in and say, well, we got better, so we need to trade up, mortgage more of the future to try and make it this year. When in reality, the Steelers did not get better. Are they still a good team? Yes. Do they need pieces? Yes. But are they in Super Bowl contention? Hell no.
Especially in that division.
So there, I would just, if I was them, running back's not a bad pick. But I think the more important pick is an offensive lineman because you got a 41-year-old quarterback who is you're throwing out there and all your backups suck. And you need to protect that guy because without that guy, you stand no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you can figure out the running back situation later.
True that.
But again, not that it's not a bad pick because it's a need. I just think that, in my opinion, offensive line would be a better pick.
All right, cool. So we are going into pick number 25, which is.
I'll be right.
Number 25 is the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it does go to Tosco.
That's correct. That's too much energy there, Evan. You gotta lower it down.
Man, how
Take
is
it down a couple
Sivas
notches.
feeling? How's Sivas feeling?
I already know he's going all the time, or at least he hinted it.
I am
Safety.
not going offensive line.
Ooh, give me a safety.
You need a
That's
safety.
Okay, so
Seems
'Cause you're only-
safety would be a good pick.
Because your only safety
Safety.
said bye.
No, not our only safety, our only better safety.
Yeah.
So for the Jacksonville Jaguars at pick 25, offensive line is a need. Safety is a need. I think offensive weapons, you're going to be good. You have the quarterback. Defensively, though, I think that you need a defensive lineman. And probably the defensive lineman that has probably the highest potential in the sense of NFL readiness is Christian Barmore, Alabama defensive tackle.
Happy
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
I say that though with some question marks. because recently there was some reports put out there about Christian Barmore. That Christian Barmore doesn't like to be told or doesn't like to follow the, instruction, the plays that are supposed to be the way they're supposed to be done. He likes to
Wait, what do you mean?
well, not necessarily I guess manage how they manage it. He doesn't like to be managed.
Wait, who the
like
fuck?
authority.
He doesn't like to be
Like
Yes,
micromanage?
he has problems with authority.
No, like authority, like
just manage.
Yeah.
It's okay. Simply as this. It's like Christian Barmore. The play is for you to go to the right. Well, I don't want to go to the right. Well, but that's the play. Well, what if I want to go left? I'm better going to my left. No, Christian. The play is going to your right. Go to the right.
These are some valid questions.
That kind of situation.
These are some very valid questions that he's asking.
So,
I mean,
the thing is that
yeah.
so, but it goes. The thing is this, and I have some, maybe not some firsthand knowledge, but
You have sources?
I have some sources. I really do, because to some degree, in college, these guys do have free reign, especially when you're a 5-star athlete going to Alabama. They're not going to go and put restrictions on you. They're not going to put limits.
I thought they had to
They're just
sign
gonna-
a code of honor at every school they go to.
Yeah, that doesn't work. So it's like, hey, booby
Booby
go out there,
Miles.
show that God-given talent. Yeah. So the thing is this, as a coach, as a middle school, high school coach, I've been to coaching clinics, Texas high school coaching clinics, and we do have guest speakers where I've seen Jimbo Fisher, I've seen Todd Herman, I've seen Brett Bielema.
Jimbo
I've
Fisher?
seen- yeah.
A&M Hall of Fame
seen-
coach, Jimbo Fisher?
Yes. I've seen a Patterson from TCU. I've seen a bunch of different coaches, speak, and it shows different things. And one of the things is we got to see some of the defensive coaches from Alabama. And when they were showing us some of their drills, it's like, these drills are very offhand. They're offhand in the sense that, we're, this is a drill, do this. Everything else is up to you. So it's like if the defensive lineman wants to go and do a swim, he wants to do a rip, he wants to do a spin, he wants to take off the left hand, off the right hand, it's on you. Why? Because you're the athlete, you have the talent wherever you feel comfortable. Now, is this the case at every university? No. Is it the case with every player?
Maybe.
No. But we have seen that some of these things do happen.
Johnny Manziel.
Now, if Christian Barmore was treated like that, right, and is at Alabama, and they tell him, hey, you do you, and he goes and he does his, and he has, these sacks, these tackles, whatever, he's gonna feel like, hey, I'm the biggest and best thing that's ever come out of here, right? But when you go to the NFL, it doesn't work like that. In the NFL, you need to know what's going on. You need to follow the plays, because if you don't do your job, you're messing up somebody else's job, and you're going to make it easy for the offense to take advantage of you not doing your job, right? You're playing with professionals. They're down to the T. So the question comes up then, is it Christian Barmore or is it the university as a whole? Because now the question comes up, where are all the first-round Alabama picks? Have they succeeded? Are they all pro? Are they the Pro Bowlers? Some have.
A lot of the
A lot of
defensive
them have not.
a lot of the defensive ones, mostly the defensive ones are the ones that not necessarily
You
are
can
like are stars, but are at least consistent and they've stayed in the league for a while.
Well, okay, but you remember, these are Mr. Gatorade, Rhode Island. These are Mr. Texas, Mr. Florida, Gatorade All-Americans, playing at the Army Bowl and 5-star athletes.
True that.
These
They
are
got
the guys that
all
go to
award
Alabama.
winners.
And these guys don't.
UIL ones.
UIL.
And the thing is that, is this a situation that's going to happen with Christian Barmore? Because everybody was very high on him, and now recently these reports come out, and it's like, yeah, obviously, teams are not going to shy away at the fact that we're already 2 days away. This is the pick. This is the pick. We'll deal with him after. And so, this is, I think, a situation that we need to keep an eye on, as he goes forward in his career, right? And especially Seabass is a Jaguar fan, and they do take him, is he a guy that can handle being managed, handle the authority, handle the coaching, and not, resist or fight back or think that he's already,
Yeah, for sure.
And this goes to all the Alabama guys, because we have a lot of Alabama guys in the first round. Not all of them are going to be good. It's just that's the way it is.
Yeah,
it's a crapshoot. Every year, Alabama has tons of players in the first round. Not all of them are good. So we got to see. So time will tell which ones are good and which ones are
I think they're all good.
But Christian Barmore here.
All first rounders. Trey Mason.
Oh yeah, remember that guy.
I think yeah, but it has a lot to do with also like the franchise and everything. You're like the Jets, they're just not run properly, and that's where.
Oh, okay. Who?
Well, I don't
necessarily. Ohio State was it?
I don't necessarily think that they're not run properly. They're professionals, but it's just some are, and we even have a little glimpse of it, even when you watch something like Hard Knocks on HBO, right? Where we see when the Jets were on there with Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan was super loose, super fun. Hey, let's get out there, let's do this, whatever. He gets mad. Come on, we need to do this, guys, because he had a good team. He knew he had veterans. Do you, right? But then you've seen other ones where it's not as loosey-goosey, or even like the Cleveland Browns when they were on there, when they first got not Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield is rookie year.
Yeah.
They had what was the coach's name? Jackson?
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. He also took a loosey-goosey approach to that.
Yeah.
And they didn't end up having a great year. Yeah, Baker came out of it, and he was a good player, but he was a guy that didn't really fit there, and that's why they had to let him go. And so, you've seen other ones, Sean McVay last year. Sean McVay has everything, boom, plan, boom, this, not anything wasted. Why did you do this wrong? Why is this wrong? You should have done this, boom. He's on top of everything, and some players can't take that. Some players can't take the criticism, can't take the coach writing them, because where they come from, they're Mr. 5-star, do whatever you want because you're the shit. And then you come to the NFL and they're right there because
everyone
you're doing.
And everyone is
you're not
talented.
doing it the way I want you to do it.
And everyone is
so
that talented in the NFL.
That a question that comes up with all these Alabama athletes, because where are they now? There's a lot of, we can name the good ones, we can name Derrick Henry, Dante Hightower, we can name the safety
Charles Alexander.
Forgot his name. Landon Collins. You can name for all those. There's 5 other ones that were not good. And then the offensive linemen. A lot of the offensive linemen are not good.
Yeah.
A lot of them have turned out to be busts. So it's one of the things that we need to keep an eye on. So, but that's who the pick is. Went a little bit on a rant, but
All right, so with pick number, what's next? Pick number 4.
Pick number 26.
Pick number 26. It's going to be. Oh, actually, I put Adrian. It's going to be Mr. Seabass.
The Browns, yes.
The Browns. Put some pick music. Put some pick music. Some pick music.
Do it,
bro. Ding, 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 ding. Pick number 26. Ding, ding,
no.
Ding, ding, ding.
I thought like some Japanese game or something.
There we go.
Nah, We're all getting pumped up for the Cleveland Browns. That's
All
what we're
right,
doing.
go for
Put
it.
on some Hank Williams Jr.
Put the little
Alright,
noise,
come
Evan. Put the little noise. No, that's
I actually don't have the official one. I have this one.
that's
I don't have
fine.
the
That's
official one on me.
I love that.
Perfect. It sounds sad, just like this pick.
It sounds better, honestly.
Is that what you mean by pick music, Danny?
Yes. Yeah, because we can only.
All
All right, moving on.
Go ahead. 26. Go ahead, Seabow.
Put that techno shit on for every pick.
All right, at number 26, this
Jeremiah,
pick idea has
Wusu
changed.
Jeremiah.
I was
I don't know.
this pick has changed quite a bit just because of our draft. So in real life, some players that I know will be on, or I expect to be gone by Thursday at this point, are still there. So I was thinking initially of going with an offensive lineman, even though they have plenty. We know that one, they can't pass protect that well, and two, they're gonna have to keep running no matter what. I see some very, very good talent out here. I think that the actual best available player, if we're drafting for value, I would have to make pick number 26 for the Cleveland Browns be Micah Parsons. I feel like from Penn State, linebacker. I feel like one, I'm surprised he's out there.
He's
Two,
out there still?
they really need it. I mean, they
Nice.
lost Joe Schobert to the Jaguars a couple years ago. They lost Christian Kirksey. I don't even know if BJ Goodson's still there, but they don't have that many linebackers or any serviceable linebackers. I know they have Malcolm Smith, but even him is not playing too good. So adding someone like Micah Parsons, who one, physically, athletically, he is an animal. He scored, I think, in the top 80 or 90 players as far as draft measurables going back to 1987. So he is ridiculously strong, fast, smart, athletic. He played obviously at Penn State. He might not have played the toughest competition, but I mean, he is an animal on the field. If you look at any of his tape, he's all over the place. Now you have to see where the Browns are playing too. I mean, one, they're going to be defending against Lamar Jackson. Two, they're going to be defending against Joe Burrow, very, very, very good quarterback coming up, rookie. Hopefully he comes back from that injury. And who knows what the Steelers are doing. But literally, if you're the Browns, you know that you're one quarterback that will likely be there for many years that you have to look out for and play twice a year. Is going to be very, very fast. Lamar Jackson all over the place. You need athletic linebackers. You can't just depend on your D-line to hold a guy like him or anyone else. Even Joe Burrow was pretty mobile at times. So I think with him being available, I think with the Browns having the need, and they already had plenty of offensive linemen that came in last year, mainly because of COVID and things like that. They had a bunch of guards come in. And I think they're overstocked in that room, but no true value. I do think that they'll stick with that, focus on their defense, pick up Micah Parsons in this mock draft of ours, and count their lucky stars, because that's someone that I really wanted the Jaguars to pick up, but those had to go with the offensive line.
And there you go. Nice. Dusko, talk to me.
Michael Parsons, if he would have gone out
Ravens need him.
As a sophomore, Michael Parsons probably would have been a top 5, top 10 pick. Even if, they would have had a regular season, because Michael Parsons didn't play. He opted out during the 2020 COVID season. So he didn't play. One of the only things that's a knock on Michael Parsons is he's only really had 1 year of playing. He is a junior. His freshman year, he didn't play. Sophomore year, he had an amazing year. And so to last year, he was supposed to be one of the best players. He was a top 5 pick. Didn't play, hurt his stock. Still a great player.
26? Come on.
No. At the athletic measurables, you're talking about a top 5 talent.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that, you're getting a guy that only really played 1 year. Yes, an athletic marvel, but as a football player, he's still missing some of those instincts, and he still hasn't, had the full capacity of a full season as a linebacker doing this, at a high level. Don't get me wrong. It's good that he's going to the Browns. I think it's an amazing pick, because he's going to be able to go in there. Maybe he's not going to be the day one starter, but he's going to end up being, by the end of the year, he's going to be a starter. Fact. and it's just gonna end up being, him learning and then getting ready for that situation. So, no, good pick.
Nice. So we'll go right into pick number 27, which is Mr. Adrian. Go for it. F-Man Rocks.
And 27th pick, picking for the Baltimore Ravens.
I like the way that sounds.
It's kind of like happy, like upbeat.
It's not a copyright strike,
Otherwise
right?
known as Kane.
No, it's not. Go for it.
Okay.
Just
Let's see
do
what
it.
we got.
Just do it.
Yeah, Terrence Marshall
Go.
Jr., right? Is that I was gonna say.
No.
So the Ravens have, I mean, I would pick a defensive end here because the Ravens, I think they just have Kalai Campbell as a defensive end. Maybe someone else. Don't even know. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they don't even have a what's his name.
So I would,
anymore.
Go for it, too, guys.
yeah, so I would pick here Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. Thank you. I was just there last weekend. I saw. We were hanging out. I was hanging out with him last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. We're all chilling.
Yeah, we were just chilling out, having a good time, watching the Braves game.
Come on.
Throwing rocks at the Chipper Jones statue. It was pretty fun.
For what?
For what? But yeah, I think that's one of the best picks that the Ravens have available for them.
So what is it again? What is it again?
Azeez Ojulari. I mean, I think that they need an offensive line too, but I mean, obviously they don't. It's like, do you need it? It's more of a luxury, right? Or not even a luxury. It's more of like it's like a commodity. It's just building wealth.
Everybody's gonna say, yeah, you just traded Orlando Brown to the Chiefs. Now remember, they do have another pick coming up because they did get the Chiefs' first round pick.
Right.
30th.
So the offensive line is still in play.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, I think with what is on the board in our draft, Azeez Ojulari is the top pick there.
I mean, and the dude's what, 6'4", like.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 240. I mean, he's extremely fast. Off the ball for a defensive end. The only thing is that he's gonna have to get used to going up against NFL linemen. Because if you were gonna run by him, awesome. But if they put a hand on you, you're done. It's not the same going up against the tackles at Kentucky and Tennessee and
Florida.
Alabama. Yeah, I mean Alabama has the better ones, right? But Texas A&M and all those guys, yeah, there's some good ones there, but for the most part, he can get through those guys. But if you go up against Tyrone Smith, you go up against Ronnie Stanley, Orlando Brown, they put a hand on you, you're done. You're not going to be able to run by. So, but no, not a bad pick. He's going to fill out. He's going to be good. It's a development play too, but he's going to be good. Yeah,
it's not. Well, I think he'll be, like in a very impactful position with the Ravens. So maybe that could make him spark him to be, because I always feel like with defensive players, it's about getting your reps in early and you growing from there. Whereas like, with QBs and stuff, it's like, yeah, you want reps, but you don't want to be a starter because you just get yourself into a bunch of bad habits real fast. And you just, that's why I'm kind of scared for Trevor Lawrence, for instance, right? Like, dude's going to get thrown.
Those first few weeks, months, first year, has a big impact on how their career is going to go.
Yeah, exactly. So,
because I've never seen, I mean, unless someone can tell me, but I've never seen a QB just start their rookie year and I mean, I guess Ben Roethlisberger would be one, right?
He would be the one who won a Super Bowl in his rookie year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's the only one.
And went back to it, I think, next year. We're very close.
Yeah, they're into Super Bowl next year, I
A
think.
couple of years later, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just very rare for a quarterback to just go in there and what's up when the playoffs, unless you're Mark Sanchez.
All right, guys, we're gonna go in with the 28 pick, which is wait,
But
what?
it's all wrong.
Wait,
No, he's not wrong. This is Mark Sanchez.
On the 27th pick.
I used to love that guy.
28th.
with the
Pick
28
Danny.
pick, it's gonna
so it's that
be.
28.
Go ahead, Evan.
The Saints. That's a good
It's
one.
for the New Orleans Saints, and that goes to Danny.
I think Drew Brees and Kadarius Toney are gonna link up. Oh shit!
So
Awesome. Danny.
all right, so for the Saints, I mean they need a
They
corner.
draft a new coach, Mr. Breeze.
They need
A quarterback.
they need a cornerback very, very bad. Obviously, there's not going to be anyone that's really good available. I'm just kind of going. I mean, all the picks that I chose for them are already taken. But I'm just gonna go with
The nature of the draft.
exactly. I'm just gonna go with the best available, which
This is a raw.
Yeah, baby.
was it
Gimme.
Jalen Phillips? So in this case, it's just he is a edge rusher. So instead, obviously they need a corner, but they need something to just kind of just get in. At was it Brady? Who's in the division?
Yeah, Brady.
Yeah, Brady.
Bucks,
Obviously.
Panthers, and the Falcons.
Oh God. All right, so yeah, so in this case, yeah, just Brady.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, I'm just it's just the best
But the
available
Saints,
pick.
yeah, and the Saints they're not in a rush now because they're done
Yeah,
for like
Yeah,
I don't know how many years.
yeah. So it's not a very sexy pick. I'm just kind
They
of
got
going
Well,
with
Do you think they can't get a quarterback in a year?
No, the Jaguars couldn't.
So,
The Bucks could. Shit.
yeah, how many Tom
A
Brady's
free
are there?
agent though.
I'm just. How many teams do find the Bengals did last year? Same thing.
Bro, I'm pretty sure that Jacksonville tried to throw the whole fucking sink, kitchen, everything at trying to get Tom Brady to Jacksonville.
There was no reports, but maybe.
Anyways, moving on.
All right,
Next pick.
so pick number 29. Go ahead, Evan.
Pick 29 is our last round of 4 guys. Our last 4 picks, everybody. 29 pick is for the Green Bay Packers coach, Tosco.
For the 29th pick, the Green Bay Packers will select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver of Florida.
Woo.
Okay. Of course.
I was about to take him.
Nah,
Easy
he's
pick.
gone, bro.
Easy pick. They need that extra playmaker
That'd be nasty.
that Aaron
Wow.
Rodgers is gonna love, and
That'd be a nasty team.
oh yeah, you have Devontae Adams, you have Lazard or Valdez Scantling, whatever, and then you have this one there, that can
And
go
this
in-
one, there.
this receiver that can go on and make those explosive plays. Because how many bombs did we not see Aaron Rodgers throw and Lazard drops it? Valdez Scantling drops it. Yeah, and they
seriously.
had somebody caught him, but now I'm pretty sure Kadarius Toney is going to be brought in and say, hey, you see all these plays they couldn't do? You need to do those. And that's going to be him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to
Good job.
explode on the now they're going to get speed with that. So that's going to be awesome.
Hey, that's gonna be.
Solidified their running back. Have a decent O-line.
Yeah.
Their
Their offense would be set. Their offense is set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
Big Bob Tonyan.
In Wisconsin.
Their defense is okay.
Yeah, if they don't go Kadarius Toney, it would be a defensive player, but I believe Kadarius Toney would be good here.
nice. All right. So number
There's Tony.
for the number
As a slot
30th
receiver, yeah, he would.
30th pick. Go ahead, Evan.
30th pick. It is the third best team in the NFL as of last year. It's the Buffalo Bills. And selecting for them will be Mr. Seabass, all class.
Fuck, man. It would have been a nice pick for me this next one, but
All right. Well, it's my last pick of the day. So Buffalo Bills at 30. I actually went a lot of different ways with this pick when I was thinking about it, but I feel like the one thing that did not win the Bills the Super Bowl this year was having that extra X factor. Those coaches mentioned right now how they needed the extra playmaker. I feel like that's what we need here. Josh Allen is a beast. I do think he's going to be one of the better quarterbacks for a good while. The defense is amazing. The Bills, we all know. I mean, Craig AV just mentioned the third best team in the league. What they need is just more weapons. So I do think that at the running back position, even in a passing situation, they do need more players that Josh Allen can distribute the ball confidently. And I think at great value at number 30, the Bills select Travis Etienne from Clemson, running back. I think that
Indeed.
he'll come in. Yeah, I honestly think that he'll come in. He'll have to fight with Matt Breida,
Devo Singletary,
Evan Singletary,
Zach
I don't know
Moss. They have, I don't know, like 30 horses in that stable. So,
yeah, which one would you take? Number one on your team,
Zach
Adrian?
Moss, baby. I'm a Zach Moss fan.
Yeah,
Hey, what do you
switch out-
mean?
Let's switch out Ezekiel Elliott for Zach Moss. Since the Cowboys are your team.
Taiwan Jones. Damn.
They don't have weapons. I don't trust any one of
Stephon
those guys
Diggs,
to literally
Cole
come
Beasley,
in, game out, and give them the value that he can give.
Emmanuel
Amanda
Sanders.
Sanders.
They do have
They
Emmanuel
do.
Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders is what's up, even though
No,
he's getting
but-
old.
Can anyone remember what he did with the Bills last
Yeah, he scored like
pick-
50 touchdowns, I think.
The
Oh, okay.
pick makes sense. The pick makes
50
sense. Travis
touchdowns?
Etienne
Shit.
is an explosive running back that they don't have. Zach Moss is not explosive.
It's
No,
a
he's
Devin
value
Singletary,
pick,
not
bro. He's
explosive.
available.
Those are running backs that can get you those yards. You go in there, first down, second down if you need some more yards, whatever. But then you bring in Etienne, he's gonna dink dunk, he's gonna do those screens,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be that explosive. But he can go down the field, Clemson lined him up as
He
a
will be
receiver.
the X factor to make them as pretty much third dimensional as the Chiefs, pretty much.
Yep, exactly.
And that's what they want to compete with in the AFC every single year for who knows how many years.
Is Le'Veon Bell-esque with the Steelers.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna validate solid my pick. Final answer, Etienne, yes.
I like it, but yeah.
I mean, you prefer Emmanuel Sanders and Zach Moss, apparently.
Dang. All right. Well,
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay.
So
Take
that-
him in fantasy. I'll give him to you.
with the
I did pick him in fantasy.
31st pick, go ahead. Crack baby.
31st pick.
Man, fuck
This
this
is for the
31st
first
pick.
round of the draft. Yes, I know it was given away by the Kansas City Chiefs to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Selecting will be Mr. Adrian.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be a Chiefs pick. I was supposed to be a Chiefs guy, man. I was supposed to. Mahomes was gonna take me back to the destination of destiny.
Oh God.
So yeah. So like again with the Ravens, they now that they got their edge rusher in Aziz, let's go with
Give him a lineman, bro.
I swear to God, you read my mind.
I don't even fucking know, dude. I
Just
don't
do
fucking
it.
know.
Just do it.
Evan Jenkins. I'll take it.
Evan Jenkins is not.
Yeah,
He
he's
is?
done. Yes.
Ravens
Leatherwood.
take
Get an O-line.
Alex.
who? Oh, Alex Leatherwood? Nah, I'm gonna go with even something worse with like Jalen Mayfield or something.
Creed.
Who?
Creed
Creed
Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Oklahoma. Come on, bro.
For
Yeah,
O line,
Honestly, Alex Leatherwood would have been a great pick for them.
yeah.
Brandon
Either or.
Dickerson.
That's a good one too. Landon Dickerson is an actual.
Human being.
That's not the son or relation of
Not at all.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Merito, but no.
No, I'm gonna go with Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's probably. I think they need off again. They can, and now they got 2 picks in the first round. You know, and if this works out the way it did, like our draft, and they get a chance to get an O lineman, they should take it. Again, just a luxury pick, not a luxury pick, more of a wealth building for
it's a
Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, depth, exactly. Thank you. So they get more depth. They add depth to the O line. They, solidify it even further. Lamar Jackson is like, still gonna run around and mess up all the time and not be as good as people think he is. But that's just my opinion.
Have you played Madden with him?
Yes, I have.
He's unstoppable,
Yeah, dude. He's like, he reminds me of Michael Vick, like in Madden
04.
He
Madden
is.
07
The same thing. Yeah.
or 06. Yeah.
They even classify him as a top passer. Come on.
Yeah. I think actually, I don't know. I kind of like Leonard Dickerson now too. No. Oh, Alex Leatherwood. Alex
I mean,
Leatherwood.
the North Dakota State guy's still there. If you want to go line.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we'll go with Alex Leatherwood.
And the only reason I like Landon Dickerson is because didn't he go to like 4 schools or some shit, 2 to 3 or something?
I don't think so. Maybe it's somebody else.
All right, guys. So for the 32nd pick, go ahead, Evan.
32nd pick, last pick in the first round. Of course, goes to the best team in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Picking for them will be Mr. Danny BMD. Who do you think's gonna be the rookie of the year with Mr. Tom Brady?
Dang, like
Jesus.
that.
I like that. Confident.
I mean, oh man, now I feel all pressure and everything. All right, so with the Bucks, the richer get
Everyone's coming from fucking Alabama.
the
man.
rich,
Shit.
the rich get richer or whatever, right? So I'm just gonna go with edge rusher Gregory Rousseau from Miami.
Oh, that would be fucking nasty.
Edge rusher, so he's very similar to JPP. Just press rusher. He has a lot of length, a lot of athleticism. He's super athletic. So definitely will give a lot of blockers both inside and on the edge. So yeah, like I said, the rich get richer. I think the Bucks get edge rusher Gregory Rousseau from Miami. What do you think those go?
Not bad. I mean, he's not a bad pick, but he's a player that's a developmental player. Has the potential, has the size, 6'7", but he's lacking a lot of skill. But like you said, rich get richer, going to a team where he doesn't. He's not a starter. He's not going to be a starter.
Yeah.
He can learn from JPP, Shaq Barrett, and those guys, the Dom Kong Su. He can learn from those players, and it would be a good situation for him to go there. Not a bad pick, has that high potential, and could be a great pick down the line. I think he's one of those players. But I actually thought, my opinion, that last pick, the Buccaneers would take the 6th quarterback off the board and plan for the future and take quarterback Davis Mills from Stanford. Davis Mills has been a player that has been going up the boards. He's been, a lot of people that are enjoying and liking his measurables and what he's done. He's a 2-year starter coming out of Stanford. He's a senior now. He's more of that, again, Tom Brady-esque, passing quarterback
Pocket.
in the pocket. So I think that could definitely be a pick that the Buccaneers go ahead and take, and he can develop under Tom Brady and be ready for the future once Tom Brady hangs up them cleats.
4 years.
Nice, Tosco. So, there you go. That's a hot take right there. So definitely, we have it on video. We'll go back and visit it, see if that turned out to be correct. All right, guys. So we're gonna go. So first round is over. So we did finish our mock draft. It did take a couple episodes. We're a little new to kind of doing all this. But it's a kind of good experience for all of us, not just us as a team, but also you guys as viewers. As you guys follow along with our picks, we got it right. We can definitely go back and check that, see who got what right.
And thumbs up, guys. Like, if y'all think this guy was crazy picking up and he goes like on the 5th round, come back, drop a comment, tell somebody off. We won't mind.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up next episode.
Yeah, exactly. Let Tosco know if he's right or he's wrong, because I know Colin was going back with.
I'm gonna be right. So yeah, worry about.
I want everyone to call
if I'm a
Tosco out
good
because he's
host.
gonna get like 75% of them wrong. Davis,
I think all
Mills,
of us are gonna
really,
be 75%.
bruh. Get this guy out of here.
Watch. Davis Mills is going to be
Get
taken
this guy
in the first
out of here.
round.
That is the one thing, Tosco. I do think they'll end up same team. We'll end up with them in the second round, but we'll see.
I say 6th round.
Espérate.
We'll see.
All right, guys. So, just finishing up real quick. We're just gonna do very, very quick headlines. Get like 2-3 minutes. Go ahead, Tosco.
Well, no, just one quick headline. First off, Julio Jones on the trading block.
Crazy.
It's been rumored that the
Smoke
Falcons
screen.
don't want to trade him. They don't want to trade him, but they can't
just
afford to
can't pay
keep him. They can't afford to keep him or Matt Ryan.
Smoke screen.
And Ridley. Long term.
So they haven't even paid Ridley. So really still in that rookie contract. So
That's why, yeah.
Rumor is they need to let one or both go because they won't even have enough money to pay the rookies that they draft this coming weekend. So Julio Jones is on the market. They've been taking calls. A couple of the teams that have been rumored: Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts, New England Patriots,
Oh my.
San Francisco 49ers. So,
You know what? I'm interested in the
Jacksonville
teams, but also in
Jaguars.
what you think his value is today? Whatever team he goes to, I want to know if he goes for a second, for a 5th, for a player, for money. What is Julio Jones worth in the eyes of people after the last 3 years? Obviously, not his whole career.
that's one of the greatest questions that everybody's been asking and making because DeAndre Hopkins got traded for a second.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
DeAndre played
David
lights
Johnson.
out on top of him. Yeah.
And Julio Jones has basically been the best receiver literally in the
Forever.
last
Yeah.
10 years, 8
When
years,
playing.
however long.
When playing, yeah.
Yeah, no, and stats, everything. He's number one in everything.
Antonio Brown is up there with him, isn't he?
Sure, DeAndre
I just
Hopkins
think
is up there with him.
I just think in size, bro. Like Julio Jones is
Oh, no,
just like
yeah.
evil. Like he's
Dimension.
just a
Well,
big
here's the
dude.
thing, right? It's like, okay, you trade Julio Jones, you lose everything you've built for your Falcons team
Why?
since Matt Ryan, because that's it. It's a wrap. Matt Ryan's
No,
already on his last legs.
Julio hasn't done that much.
Kyle
lately,
Pitts.
bro.
Kyle
He's
Pitts.
a he's a
hold on,
decoy. He's a
hold on.
decoy.
Kyle
Like, yeah,
Pitts.
he's not gonna put up.
Hey,
Okay.
He's not gonna.
get a cheaper decoy.
No, you can't.
Shit.
What about Kyle
Okay,
Pitts?
No. You can't say that Julio hasn't done anything. Julio has done a lot. He's been the best wide receiver in this league. Maybe he's not one, but he's two. Maybe he's not two, but he's three. But he's
Yeah.
been the top three
No,
for 10
I
years.
agree.
Yeah,
All the
top
respect.
three,
He's my
top three.
favorite.
Yeah, top
Yes,
three.
He's been injured, not played, not finished the season. I don't know how many seasons in a row.
Sure,
Yeah,
but at the
but
same
he-
time,
but
how many
when
of
he-
those seasons were the Falcons in contention.
And also how many
Mostly never because he was out.
and
No,
they
it
how
wasn't
much
because of
did
him.
they rely on him, specifically
He couldn't help.
Matty Ice?
Well, and the thing is this. It's never been about Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. If Matt Ryan wasn't a
solid.
good quarterback, they would have let him go years ago. They never, or even if they did invest in that offensive line, never ended up panning out whoever they got. The defense, they went and got players for that defense, never ended up panning out. That defense has not been good in the
I
last
feel
10
like
years.
the Falcons always go for the not good enough free agents. Like
Exactly.
in defense, in offense, they go for like, we won't pay top price, we'll play here. And that's what the record shows every year. Like I think their last high big splash was like Steven Jackson back in the day, but he was already not the same player. And
Yeah.
All I have to say is I think if Julio Jones gets traded, I think that signals that it's over.
It's over.
And that the Falcons
they're
will
blowing
probably
it up.
not get Kyle Pitts. And they
look
might go
where they're
go
picking this
quarterback.
year.
So
Yeah,
the
4.
rumors are is if they do trade Julio Jones, it would have to be before the draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
But,
Yeah,
but
they have
the
to.
thing is this, because of a
It could be June
stipulation-
1st. Yeah.
Exactly. Because of a stipulation in his contract, none of the picks this year can be traded because it has to be after June
Future
1st.
player. Okay.
Mm.
So it would be if they trade Julio Jones, they can trade. So the Atlanta Falcons can trade Julio Jones and picks for next year, right? They can trade,
Which
their
is a
own
very
picks.
good year. Is looking
Well
next year.
for certain positions, not all.
For depth.
I was like, yeah.
For depth.
Yeah.
Not a quarterback.
And
Yeah,
then-
this year.
So the team they're gonna trade him to, okay, they can get players, they can get picks from this year if they choose to do that, right? Because if the Falcons are gonna give any picks, it'll have to be from 2022, not 2021. The team that receiving Julio Jones can give them picks this year or next year. It's up to them. So now that's one of the things that teams have to also look for. Do we give up picks now, even though they're not going to give us anything now? Any picks if they're involved in the trade? What picks are they going to get? Is it 2 seconds, a second and a third, a first, 2 firsts? There were some reports were saying that they want 2 firsts. There's some reports that were saying a first and a third, 2 seconds.
The second and a third sounds about right. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, okay, so let me ask you right now, Seabass, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, would you give up a second and a third for Julio Jones?
No.
What?
You wouldn't?
Right now, a second and third, no. We just got a free agent receiver. We have DJ Chark. We just drafted Laviska Shenault. We have received, like, giving up a second and third is a lot. Julio Jones, we will get him. We'll be happy. Week 3, IR, out for the season. Bye-bye 2 picks. Bye-bye hopes. For what?
How many years has he been where he's been out for the season?
Maybe
I was-
once. Maybe once.
Okay, so
How many years has it been where he missed 3 or 5 games, which is a
probably
lot
every
in a
year?
season.
Probably every year.
Which is
right?
why I don't want him for a second and a third. I want a guy that's going to be there every game. 2 guys are going to be there every game. Julio Jones
Okay.
is not even in his prime anymore. Come on.
Okay,
Oh.
so you would rather take.
I'd rather develop the young guys and
Shenault
not steal the
and
development
Marvin
time
Jones
with
for
a guy that we
16
know is
games.
past his prime.
So you would take Laviska Shenault and Marvin Jones.
And DJ Chark.
No. DJ Chark is going to be your number 1, number 2. He's a
That's
star.
number 1, 2, 3 right there.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Laviska Shenault and Marvin Jones, right? You would take 16 games of both those players instead of 10 games of Julio Jones.
When you account for them 2 and our second and third round picks, which could be starters, absolutely.
Okay, well,
you
are
don't
you?
know
But are
what
you gonna
those second
choose?
and third round picks.
Are you
You
gonna
don't know
choose
what
running?
your second and third round picks can be.
I was gonna
You
say
know
you're
what
gonna get
else?
running
I know that we
backs.
started
Danny,
8
hold
rookies
on, Danny.
last
You
year.
know what you're
and we're
gonna
going to
get?
start another 4 this year.
But you know what you're gonna get from Julio Jones, even if it's for 10 games.
Do you? And for how long?
I
I don't
can
want
look
him
at
to
it.
make
He is
awesome
pretty
plays
consistent,
weeks
Seabass.
1 through 6. Because then we're going
Seabass.
to go 0-12 the next 12 weeks.
See that?
For what?
I can guarantee you, if you go 0-12, it's not
That
going
was
to be
very
because of Julio
negative.
Jones.
Because Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
became their
And it's
pick.
not going to be because of
That's
the
the point I'm
defensive
making.
lineman and the offensive lineman you took in the second and third round. I guarantee you that.
I guarantee you, we get Julio Jones and lose 2 picks, second and third. And let's not forget, we're the worst team in the league. So second and third is number 33, first in the second round, and obviously number 60, whatever, 67, which would be first and third. They're high value picks. They're not just any second and third rounder.
I agree with you. They have
That
value. I'm not saying that
Julio
those
Jones,
picks are.
old and busted, might play 10 games.
Oh my god, bro! I feel like you underestimate the fuck out of Julio Jones. That's pretty crazy.
No. I feel like we overestimate because we love him because he's tall, fast, and stuck in a team that's stuck for a while and never got a
my
ring.
only thing
And
I'm going to ask you, Seabass,
He's still
is
he's
I
still
want you to tell me-
inconsistent though. I'm just saying.
I want you to show me a 2-game span where Julio Jones, obviously not the games that he got hurt in, right? That he didn't play because he misses games every year. I agree with you, right? But show me a 2 to 3 game span where he didn't have 10 catches, didn't have 100 yards. I don't think you can find that in his 10-year career.
Well, you are accounting for the way that the Falcons play. How many times did we see that Julio Jones was targeted ridiculous amount of times, more than any other receiver in the league, because that is all the Falcons had? That is not an offense that we want to play. Because, yes, we saw the Falcons, or we saw Julio Jones get 13 receptions with 15 targets and maybe a touchdown or 2. But what else did the rest of the team do? They were literally force-feeding it to him. That's why he got hurt every year. If you actually had him in a well-functioning offense with a running,
which is what the Jaguars have,
tight ends.
Say what you want about the Jaguars. The Jaguars
I want
are the
a player
worst
that will
team.
give me 8 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. Then what he gets and get hurt in 5 games.
It makes no sense, Seabass, because the Jaguars.
What does it mean?
What you're explaining is exactly what the Jaguars have. The Jaguars have a stable offense. They have a decent offensive line.
What? When? We have a stable offense?
You have
We have James Robinson. That's all we have. And DJ Chark had good games.
You have 2 really good offensive linemen. Really good.
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, we have 3 because Norwell gets a lot of doubt for some reason.
3. You have a Pro Bowl running back.
Undrafted rookie before the Pro Bowl, but yes. We need to see if he can keep up.
Okay. And then you have 3 receivers who are good, decent, not bad.
DJ Chark could be a number 1 in a lot of teams, but yes.
But have shown that they can do what they can do, right?
They can catch the ball and make touchdowns.
With Minshew as a quarterback and Nick Foles.
Imagine
an upgrade with Trevor Lawrence, and then you're also going to add Julio Jones, an offense where they don't have to force feed him, and they can spread the ball around and not get him hurt because you can spread the ball around with the Jaguars. It's exactly a situation that he needs,
but that is a good deal for him. The Jaguars are losing a 2nd and a 3rd round pick, which could be 2 starters that could start for 5 or more years. You are losing the value of these picks for a 30-some receiver that has been hurt every year. Like our 2nd round
You're
pick,
overvaluing your picks,
which
and
is
you're
the pick
undervaluing Julio
Jones.
Jones.
Going to be like dreaming about the next day after the 1st round. We have that. We could trade. We could pick. We could do whatever we want. But we're going to lose that if we trade it. And then tack on a 3rd just to get Julio Jones, who will be sharing a load with all these receivers, because we're not just going to leave some guys playing 30% of the snaps.
Okay, Seabass, your 2nd and 3rd round picks in the last 5 years.
All of them have started every year.
I don't care if they start. That doesn't mean anything when you're on a shitty team.
We are still a shitty team, even if we draft Trevor Lawrence. You're thinking about Julio Jones right now. Like, I don't need him now or next year.
LaVisca Chenault, good. Devin Hamilton, I haven't even heard of him. 2019, Jawan Taylor, is he still a starter?
Yes, of course.
But he's not one of your top 3 linemen. I know that.
Yes, actually, he's number 4 now. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Josh Oliver, tight end.
We
Is he
have
your
5
starting tight end?
starters. I mean, Josh Oliver.
That guy's not even on the
been
team.
hurt. He hasn't played. He's a tight end.
He hasn't played. 3rd round pick. Quincy Williams, safety.
He's actually starting now.
Now, did he start last year?
He was a backup. We just got rid of his starter.
3rd round pick didn't play. DJ Sharp, 2nd round pick, number 1 receiver. Ronnie Harrison, safety. Is he your
starting
number 1? Okay.
We just traded him, actually. We just traded him. But he was
So
starting.
there's your 3rd round pick. And what did you get back for him?
I don't know, like a 4th and a player.
Nothing. Cam Robinson, what did he end up doing?
He's starting
Nothing.
still. He's starting. What do you mean? Now
Nothing.
you're just
Haters.
listing names and saying nothing and looking ignorant. 'cause you just went over
Dwayne
two
Smoot.
starters.
Where's Dwayne
And your point
Smoot?
was that there was no starters.
Where's Dwayne Smoot?
He's starting. He's more valuable now because we got rid of our defensive line.
Dwayne Smoot, I have no idea who that guy is. I don't even know if he has a tackle in the NFL.
Let me look at the rest of the 31 teams in their 3rd round picks and see if you know them.
I don't know them. I'm looking at, I
Ridiculous,
have to
those
go
folks,
research,
ridiculous.
Seabass. I'm looking at them on screen because I don't know them. They're 2016.
Exactly, but you're still gonna talk.
No, but I don't know the Jaguars because I haven't heard of any of these guys because none of them have done anything.
Hey, what's our record last year?
Okay, so what makes the difference if you're gonna go and get 2 more guys this year?
So
They
why
ain't
get
gonna do
Julio
nothing.
Jones when you know
The
you're
only-
1-15?
And then the only thing is, what is it like? The best trait you can ever have in sports is what, like availability, right?
Trait. Oh, I heard trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
'cause,
Seabass,
like-
would you trade a 2nd and a 3rd round pick for DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes.
Well, not Julio Jones.
I feel like I can count on DeAndre.
I mean,
Okay.
okay,
I feel like
okay,
he is reliable. I feel like he doesn't get hurt as often. And yeah, I think he's 2 or 3 years younger than Julio Jones.
I'm done.
okay. How about
Bad.
how about how about DK Metcalf?
Oh, he had one. No. Well, man, I would have to think about it. His first year didn't do shit, and then he's playing with Russell Wilson and Seahawks. I don't trust him that much. I do like. Would I trade for him right now? Probably not.
Don't go
Amari
with
Cooper.
What?
Amari Cooper.
Oh fuck yeah! I like Amari Cooper no matter what.
No matter what.
And with every team and shitty quarterbacks and situations, he's done decent. I don't like his personality, but I think he has a
I don't
lot
think
of
he's
good
had
years.
shitty quarterbacks. He had Derek Carr and Dak Prescott. I don't think they're shitty. They're not great, but they're not shitty.
I mean, we've talked on this team, and they're not top 10. They're shitty. I don't know how many times. I don't think either. They're top 10.
I think Dak
Maybe
is top
Dak.
10. Before
Yeah.
injury, Dak is top 10.
I
After
thought
the injury, who knows if he'll be good again?
Oh, we don't know. That hasn't happened.
It'll be
yet.
entertaining and interesting to see.
Sure, but that hasn't happened yet. Before injury, he's still top 10.
Yes, he is.
Okay, Derek Carr is probably 11, 12, somewhere about there.
Yeah.
And yes,
I mean, he's
Yes,
a
he
Pro Bowler every year.
absolutely.
Not anymore. Going Trevor Lawrence.
I mean,
And Amari
I
Cooper
just-
has failed with which one of them?
Seabass, even if Julio Jones has a better year than DeAndre Hopkins, you'd rather take DeAndre Hopkins.
You tell me, who do you trust more to finish 3 seasons in a row?
If you're asking me,
Who do you
I
trust to
pick a
finish
player
3
that's
seasons in
going
a
to
row?
play every game in the season, I
Yeah.
would not pick Julio Jones. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
why would you give up high equity like a 2nd and a 3rd round pick for a receiver
I
past
just
their
feel,
30s?
I think that, I just think that you're overvaluing a 2nd and 3rd round pick in the sense
I
of
think you're overvaluing a guy you grew up loving. You know?
it has nothing to do with me loving the guy.
All right, read me his
Has
stats
done it.
last
Okay,
24
Seabass.
months, and then let's talk about his batting.
Okay, Seabass,
Go
I'll leave
ahead
you
and
with
blow
this.
the stats.
I'll leave you with this. Laviska Shenault is a 2nd round pick, right? You drafted him last year, 2nd round.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
rookie. 2nd-year
Yeah.
player.
Sure, but he's a 2nd round pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Laviska Shenault, what kind of career would he need to have? What do you think he needs to do in order to fulfill that 2nd round high equity pick? What do you think he needs to do in a season?
I think any second round receiver you expect, if you hit it, to play 10 years in the league and at least have 3 or 4,000-yard seasons, maybe.
Okay. Now, let me tell you this. A lot of the players that get drafted in the NFL, they may play 10 years, never play with the same team. You have Larry Fitzgerald, Julio Jones.
A lot of them don't make it past their rookie contract. They're either too expensive or they'll go with another rookie.
Perfect, right? So let's say Laviska Shenault goes through his rookie contract, 4 years, becomes a free agent, plays anywhere else.
You're talking about Diddy Westbrook. It just happened, and we let him go this year.
So Diddy Westbrook was a second-round pick, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Did Diddy Westbrook fulfill that second-round pick equity? Did he get 3 or 4,000-yard seasons, or even one?
I mean, we just went over a 10-year span, so I don't know how you're judging off of 4 years. But, yes, he did fulfill his equity because out of those 4 years, 2 of them, he got 800 yards, and he got like 7 touchdowns, and he was our best receiver. So in 4 years, compared to the 10 years that I gave you was the equity I would put on him, yes, he was fulfilling it. Absolutely.
Yes, he was, but he's not going to play all 10 years on your team. He's not going to play all 10 years on your team, so you can't compare. You have to compare
I never said with one team. I said the 10-year career of this player. I don't care if he's with 10 teams.
But you're arguing the fact that Julio Jones is old and has 3 years left, which is what Diddy Westbrook gave you.
I'm arguing that he doesn't finish the season and you can't count on him.
But he's going to be better than any of your receivers.
What is that good when you're, 1, not good enough to be in the playoffs, and 2, if you do make the playoffs, he's not there because he's hurt. You're not seeing the point here. I know he's the best receiver.
Opportunity to win more games just by
being on your team. Julio Jones is the best receiver. I know that. I know that we are 1-15, and we're not going to be in the Super Bowl in 1 or 2 years. So getting him, giving up a second and a third, so that he could then retire with no playoff action with the Jaguars, makes 0 sense. And you're fighting it for some reason.
And you want DeAndre Hopkins, who's going to retire in 4 or 5 years.
Because DeAndre will probably play all 16 games this year and next year, and he could have helped a little bit, even if we have a chance.
And so Julio Jones that only plays 10 games is not going to help you a little bit.
No, because 10 games is not 16, and now we're playing 17 if you think about it. He's playing.
How many games do you need to win to make the playoffs?
What?
How many games do you need to win to make the playoffs?
Depends on the fucking conference. Talk about the NFC East or talk about the AFC West.
Whatever you want.
The Cowboys.
It could be 9 games or it could be 13.
Or it could be AFC South. Wasn't it like 11?
What was the AFC South?
The
10, 11?
12 and 4, yeah.
Or NFC East, like 3. I think you need to win only.
It depends on the division.
So
I don't know where you're going with this.
Your division.
Well, in my division, they need to beat the Titans. If 13 wins, we'll get them in the number 1 spot.
The number 1 spot, right? That's the number 1, right? The wild card? What was it?
When was the last time he even played 13 games?
Wild card. What was the wild card?
This past year?
Yeah. 10 games, 9 games, something like that.
And what the conference?
What fucking conference are you in? Stop fucking dilly-dallying around. I'm asking the Jaguars, obviously.
Are you asking about a specific season last year?
I'm asking about your team.
Oh,
I'm asking about your division. I'm asking about your conference.
Wild card game between the.
How many wins do you need to win to get into the wild card?
It depends, bro. I can't tell you 10.
What was the amount last year?
I just told you that the Titans won 12. I don't remember the
wild card.
I
got it.
There was no AFC South team in the wild card. I think wild card was 10 wins.
Jesus Christ.
10 wins.
10 wins. So Julio Jones is on the field for 10 wins and 10 games and wins you 8. You don't think that the rest of your team can pull off the other 2 wins?
But if he's not in the playoffs, for what?
Who says he's not going to be in the playoffs?
His career stats?
Every time he's played, he made it to the playoffs, he's played.
That's because he's been hurt. That's because they say when he comes off of IR at that point.
Exactly. So that's fine. So week 10, he gets hurt. Week 17, he'll be back.
Also, he has 1 receiver. We have multiple receivers and tight ends, and we're a running team. I am not going to give up a 2nd or a 3rd round pick for old and busted. I said yes to DeAndre just because I think 1, he's better, and 2, he plays every fucking game usually. Period.
I am going to
Plus,
hold.
I wouldn't
I'm
even
going
be
to
that sure. I
hold
would say yes again.
this second and third round pick of the Jaguars in the highest fucking regard. And they better be all pro players because that's what you think second and third rounders are. And if you look at your second and third rounders for the last decade, have all been garbage except for 2.
Yes, but answer this. If you look at the all-pro teams the last 5 years in a row, look for second-round picks and how many are in there.
Okay. I can tell you there's a
So if you look at one team's
already.
track history saying that they're going to keep doing bad, obviously.
See, what about this,
Seabass?
Seabass?
Second round, you know how many Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, all NFL team players there are in the
Fourth
second
round,
round?
fifth round,
And third,
sixth
and fourth.
round,
The
seventh
GOAT is in
round,
the seventh round.
all pros,
Yes.
Hall of Famers.
So
It's the
you're
same
just
shit.
missing that you can get a franchise-altering player in a second round, which is very high, or a third round, which is also very high, and saying that you don't need to worry about those picks because they suck, and you should give them up for a 30-some-year-old
I'm not
receiver
saying
that
they
never
suck.
finishes a
I'm
season.
saying that I would
That's
give them
really
up
dumb.
for the best receiver in the NFL.
You can't be the best receiver if you can't finish a season.
So he's not the best receiver.
Antonio Brown, to be honest.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
He
Okay.
doesn't get hurt. He just has.
I was going to ask you something, Seabass, but I don't want to anymore.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Go ahead and end it. I think Seabass needs to just stick to every sport other than football from now on.
What about hockey? Are we getting hockey?
I mean, you know what? Let's see what Julio Jones does with the rest of his career. We'll look back at this and laugh at those.
Oh, God, dang. All right, let's go. That was a
And I
little
stand
bit.
by that statement.
Oh, man. All
I
right,
love it.
well, I'm not going to lie, though. I'm not going to lie. Our audience was loving it. I was getting some comments from
I'm
people.
glad they were.
Yeah.
You know what I love the most about that? Was the fact that, first of all, Seabass, you just made Tosco highly invested in the Jacksonville
I'm going to
draft
watch
this year.
Jaguar games.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for
Hell
Dwayne
yeah.
Smith. I'm going to look for Davin Hamilton.
Look, bro, look. Oh, no.
Hey, we're
He-
gonna get
why do you miss that
Taylor
tackle?
Warwick in the
Why do you miss that
33rd
tackle, bro?
overall, second
Why do you
round
miss
pick,
that
and you'll be like,
tackle?
Ooh, started for 10 years. I'm sorry, C-Bass.
Like,
I don't even. Okay.
oh, what's up, see? Why they threw the ball like 7 times? Caught it like
No.
8. He caught it 8.
Hey, bro, look,
Like,
I'm just
what?
gonna look out for my next alert. Julio Jones out for 5 weeks. Oh, he might come back this game. He injured hamstring, another 2 games. You know what? He'll be back for the wild card. He'll be back for the wild card.
For sure, for sure.
I'll look
You're
out for
welcome
those-
that he got you to the wild card. Seabass, something you haven't been to in forever.
2 years, 3 years.
2 years ago, we went to the
Come on.
AFC Championship, lost to the
That
Patriots.
was
Yeah,
4 years
short-term
ago,
memory.
and before that, like 10. So
Yes. And when's the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game?
like 3 years ago.
And
So-
before that, 25, what?
No, we won another one in 2000.
96?
2013 against the Detroit Lions.
No, we won in 2008, beat the Eagles in,
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
the
playoffs.
2008 one I remember.
And then we
Lions?
beat the Seahawks in 2018 when the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. And we lost to the Packers.
Because we lost to the Rams in the next round. So
Oh, I thought it was the
Forgot that
Packers.
was
Wait,
six
wasn't there
next
one
year
where we
with
lost to
Dak.
the Packers?
that was in 2015,
Oh, okay.
2016.
Woo! That was fucking
But
fun.
regardless, Cowboys have more wins. Still doesn't change that.
Well, you know what? The Cowboys would trade a second and a third round pick for Julio Jones. So
Every
gave up-
team,
they
every
got less for him.
team
right?
in the NFL would trade a second and third round pick for Julio Jones. Every team.
I can agree. I hope he goes to the Cardinals. That'd be sick.
Let's see what his draft or trade
For
value is.
what?
I was like,
Hopkins,
that's random.
AJ Green and Julio Jones. What is this?
And
Sir,
DeAndre
Omar
Hopkins.
11?
Was it
D
2000,
Hop and Julio Jones.
2012?
Larry
I think
Fitzgerald
Julio
come
Jones is
back.
close to being another AJ.
Shit, I would come back. I'd be like, fuck, wait, y'all got fucking DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones on the same team? I'll come back.
This is some bullshit.
I don't
I'm
give
done.
a fuck. I don't care
I'm
about.
done. Seabass just wore me out.
Alright,
Let's go.
Yeah.
If this is
alright,
boxing, I
guys.
got it.
guys. Well, we had a very interesting talk today. a lot of our viewers were actually liking that, so you guys are definitely entertaining. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for this week's episode. Just want to thank everyone. Just want to thank everyone for following us, whether on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or Twitch. Go ahead and follow us also on Instagram as well on Facebook. Just want to say thank you to our sponsor, Studio 13th Day, as well as Tasmagoria for all of our art and our logo. Just want to give a quick shout out to Tosco, Adrian, Sivas. Thank you so much, guys, for our mock draft. I know usually Mr. Superfan Art takes it, but instead of just kind of doing that, just want to sing.
Yo, is
there you go, Adrian.
Gonna be the best for the Spurs in overtime or whatever the fuck happened that game.
All right, guys. Well, he tried. It's okay. All right, guys. Well, just want to say thank you so much for today.
I couldn't stop looking at Tosco. That's why he was like, "Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna fucking nail this shit?
Are you gonna do it, Tosco?"
Fuck me up.
I'm done. I'm reevaluating my friendships. That's what I'm doing.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and that is it. You guys take care. Keep on watching some Mezzo Forte Sports. Shirts